Good morning and welcome to the channel Economics Chit Chat today. In this session, I'm going to talk about the economics of unemployment. Now, the recent days, we have all been talking about COVID-19 and its courses that have been happening altogether. But what is going to be the future of employment for all of us? Are we going to continue in the same jobs? Are we going to change ourselves? Is that something drastic that is going to happen in the scenario of HR? Now, the economics of fundamental thought process starts with land, labor, and capital. So this is not something new to us. But what is going to be new to us is that there are two characteristics or two factors that are going to be removed from the dictionary of HR, from the dictionary of the economic fundamental going forward. And that would be land and labor. Why? We are all planning to go virtual going forward. Now, for every HR, the cost of managing a building, renting out an office space is going to be a very, very exclusive cost. The second factor, we are not going to have the same strength and we are going to work. We are all going to go virtual. We are all going to work on a remote basis. So what is happening right now? The capital factor remains. Companies are going to invest in their business, but not on human beings, but on technology. So this is going to be a very, very important factor that we need to understand. Are we ready, technically ready to take up any kind of job? Let's say that, for an example, I'm going to take up a job of a salesman. Now, the salesman is not going to be the same kind of salesman going door to door, trying to explain his product or trying to sell his product. The salesman of future, that is after this crisis, would be a guy who would connect himself through social media, through WebEx, through Zoom, or probably any kind of app that is available and try to sell his product. So he's going to go online. His entire content is going to go online. So now the question mark that lies before us, or the question that we need to think about, is that how are we going to digitally transform ourselves? Because when you go back to economics, one of the most important factors is that the shift in technology. The shift in technology says that you need to use a particular technology or a method to start getting yourself into the angles of HR. So one is going to substitute over the other. Now, technology is going to substitute over manpower, and we are going to see that a new world is going to come out. So every single technology that I'm going to talk about, might be it's on data science or business intelligence or artificial intelligence or going to be any other factors. These are going to be the replacement strategy for the labor factor. So the HR role will now start shifting from just recruiting people to monitoring people, because HR is now going to be a supervisor. HR is just going to monitor your screens. HR is just going to monitor all your activities online and find out virtually are you active. So going forward, the work from home is no more an excuse or no more a comfortable position for us. Going forward, that is going to be the way of life. So the economic factor of labor is going to be shifted by technology. So the land, labor, and capital, in which land and labor are going to be removed, technology is going to replace those two factors. So this is a very, very important thing. So what do we need to do to make ourselves future employable? Please start working out on areas where you can make yourself more sellable. That means let us get ourselves more technically qualified. In whatever profession we are, we need to add a bit of technology to ourselves. We need to start looking out for ourselves in those positions where we can involve technology. We need to start improving our communication skills, because going forward, people are not going to see you physically. People are only going to see you on screen, which means your words, your content, the way you're going to put your diction, everything is going to matter. So the challenge for us going forward is that we need to start building a technologically better qualified persons altogether. Now, the question of unemployment has always been a very big question for many countries. But for India, let me say this is not going to be a question, this is going to be a challenge. because most of our Indians are technically superior qualified. We are the people who have been running the best technologies in the world. So this is the opportunity for all our youngsters, for all the people who are seeking better jobs, to transform themselves digitally and make a new life going forward. This concept of moving digitally is going to change the entire economic shift. Now I'm going to bring in the concept of supply and demand here. Why? Because earlier the demand was for manpower working in IT companies. Now the demand is going to be technology. It is not going to be manpower. It is going to be that one single person who knows many technologies, who can integrate himself into many different roles altogether and start working as a team. So the question tomorrow is going to be on the technical front, on the skill front. It is no more going to be on the manpower front. So what we are going to see is that an integrated approach to job altogether. Whether you be a salesman, you be a healthcare professional, a teacher or a doctor or whoever you are, but this is going to be the future altogether. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me today on the session. Hope that the session was interesting. I want you to please subscribe to my channel, share your feedback, and let's start learning together. Thank you for joining me today.